Hello everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm answering your guys' questions from the last video. I encourage all of you, please go down below into the comment section, ask me anything you want, come back next Monday to see my answer. Let me know what you think of my answer. Let me know if I miss your question or if I misunderstand it. Please keep asking questions about the same experience if you want to know more about it, if you think I can help you more. So let's get started. Lots of good questions. Let's see. First one is from John from Brazil. Hello, John. After more than a year since being discarded by my BPD ex-girlfriend, thanks to your work, I've overcome my depression and have been able to return to work, where I've been doing quite well. However, since then, I've been feeling strange bouts of anger, enormous rage, a lack of patience, certainly because of her, because I often think badly of her. But I wouldn't want this feeling to keep making me short-tempered with other people. I know this must be another stage of recovery, but I'd like to know some methods to handle it in the healthiest way possible. Thanks again. Well, John, these are emotions, things our bodies are doing. And emotions open, and we need to close them. We close them by expressing these emotions, getting them out. If we don't, they can stay like that forever. You could stay angry. You could have enormous rage, a lack of patience for the rest of your life if we don't process these emotions. There's a process to emotions, and we need to express them and close them. The number one way is talking. The number two way is writing. So let's do those. Let's hire someone. Let's talk to them. Let's tell them how we feel. Let's tell people in our lives how we feel. A lot of you guys say, everyone in my life doesn't understand what happened. Well, they understand feelings, I hope. You don't need to talk about what happened. We guys focus too much on what we do, what other people do, instead of how we feel. If you love someone, you're not going to care as much about how they feel about what they're doing than how they feel, right? Something's wrong. I don't know. My light just came on. I hope I didn't skip something. Something just made me feel like something happened wrong. But it's rolling, so I'm going to keep going. So, John, hire somebody, talk about your experience, understand it. Write these things down in any kind of format you want. Just list all the bad things she's done to me. Write down the whole relationship. Write a letter to her directly. Don't give it to her, just exercises. These are the kinds of things that a professional will suggest to you if you hire one. And that's how we heal from this. So if you guys ask me what else can I do besides hire a professional, what I'm supposed to do, I don't know what to tell you. You can exercise. You know, you guys' mom ever told you to go beat your pillow up? Just not in front of anybody else, whenever violence in front of anybody else, but let it out. Go destroy something. I used to go shooting. Think about these things. Process this while you're working out, while you're hitting a punching bag. Get it out. Writing. I have thoughts, I have feelings. I can keep it in here forever, or I can put it on a piece of paper. Put it on a piece of paper. Get it out. Read it to somebody. Read it out loud to yourself. This is how we do it, Jonathan. This shows that we might have been neglected in childhood, to not really understand the most important thing in our lives, how we feel and how to process that. Might have been neglected. Healing Family from California, hello. Oh, you're commenting about someone's comment. Yeah, I'm always going to get some borderline in my comment section calling me a narcissist or I'm evil. This person said 20 seconds in and I already hate you. Yeah, you think that's me? You think you just tap on a video of someone being nice and talking about mental illness to help viewers and you hate them in 20 seconds? You don't think that's a you problem? It's amazing how you can even hate someone you don't know. That hate is generating from somewhere, from you. Anyway. Please, if you can read in your Q&A, we are like a strong family here and we will not let this happen. Right, David? That's right. This comment section is positive, it's healthy, and it's about healing from toxic people, so we don't need toxic people down in the comment section calling people names. It's just, the toxic people that leave the comments are great. If they weren't so toxic, I'd leave them. But we just don't need to see this stuff because the comments just totally expose themselves. It's amazing. And they just clearly they can't see it. 1,000 people can see it, not them. I'm the bad one, right? I'm doing bad things to you. If I'm talking about you and you hate it, you think you hate me? Or do you hate yourself and what you do and what you have no control over? The funny thing is you don't have control over me. You actually do have some control over yourself. And if you don't, I'd go get help. Healing family again. So you said, here, let me get to the rest of it. I do have to share the massive power EMDR must have since on the night of my last EMDR, I woke up the next morning to a dream. So you've been having EMDR sessions along with your therapy, which is awesome. And I think you just had your 5th one. But you had a dream after that one. You couldn't believe it. I had a dream that my ex-fiance was trying to hoover me back and was denying his new girlfriend. And I opened the door and told them both to leave. I'm not stupid. I know who she is. I'm done with you. You will no longer hurt me. You're long gone and I'm much more powerful than you are now. Ex-fiance and new girlfriend left. I see them walking farther and farther until they disappeared and I shut the door. That was my dream. Can you believe that, David? Like I'm coming to the end, to my closure, to my new life. I know it's long. I'm sorry, but I hope you can read it so many more victims know there is healing. You can do this. Save your life. I hope it makes sense, David. I want your thoughts on this, please. So I call these closure dreams. I had one, and many of my clients tell me about theirs. I tell my clients you're going to have one, and they end up having one. If you're having repetitive dreams about a specific person relationship, we're traumatized for a few years, the relationship ends, at some point we might typically start having nightmares about that person, about the relationship. And these nightmares will be, it's like the similar feeling. It might even be doing the same thing. For me, it was my ex taking everyone I've ever known in my entire life away from me, and they're all walk away together. And I'm just standing there. And it's just this loss constantly. This betrayal, this turning people against me and lying about me and stuff like this. And it was just an awful feeling. Until one time, and this went on for a few years because I didn't have people like me to help me. But eventually I had a dream where it started to happen and I just didn't care anymore. And she just stood there and I just walked away. I walked away, didn't have the feeling, it felt great, and that was the last time. And I knew that would be the last dream I ever had, and it was. And it was a closure dream. Closure is so important, guys. And you're not going to get it from someone toxic who is dishonest and delusional. Because it's the truth. Closure is the truth. And it's hard if we don't see the truth. It's hard to get that closure. It's hard to get it for ourselves, but we can. I help my clients do it all the time. A closure dream. I'm not going to say you'll never dream about him, or that relationship again. You won't have those repetitive dreams that hurt you anymore. Thanks for sharing. Ken, don't know where you're from. Let us know where you guys are at, your locations, please. I've been with my therapist, who is a psychiatrist, since last September. I'm doing all I can, remodeling, exercising, seeing friends and family, acting happy. Well, at least you're acting happy. I spoke to my boss about some things, not all. Everyone tends to think I'm happy and okay. But it's what I showed them. My boss moved her across the way. I will admit I'm doing better, but I still feel bad. My therapist thinks I'm growing and doing well, but I don't feel it. I'm just negative, but I still feel lost. She is wanting to reduce sessions so I can self-heal in different ways. I'll reach out again soon. Okay, this is tough because I can't go against what your therapist is telling you. I don't know you, and they're your therapist. They know you better than me. But is your therapist listening to you? I mean, I can understand what your therapist is saying. Maybe that it's time that they're not helping you anymore and you can grow faster without the therapist. I don't know. But if you still feel bad like this, there are many things that you can do that a professional would recommend. There's many things that I would start helping you with and working with you. I've never turned a client away for that reason. I've never stopped sessions because I think it's time for you to grow on your own, and you're doing great, even though you're sitting there telling me I'm not happy. And what did you say? You still feel bad. You don't feel it, even though she says you're doing well. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters what you're feeling, and you don't feel good. Someone who doesn't give a shit about how I feel wants me to just keep doing things, like my boss, right? My boss doesn't care too much about how I feel, just wants me to do the damn job. That's what I see. Because your therapist, let's just say, this sounds like your therapist doesn't know how to help you any longer. And that's okay. And it's okay to stop seeing clients if you can't. That's what you're supposed to do. But not frame it as you're doing great. See you later. And I don't know. Consider hiring someone else. Okay? I'm sure I can help you more. I can. Not telling you to hire me, but if I can help you more, so can other professionals. I would hate to turn a client away that tells me that. That sounds like they don't know how to help you any longer. And it happens, and it's okay. And it's okay to go, it's great to go hire someone else. Okay? Feel free to keep asking me more questions, Ken. Good luck. Caden from Iowa. Hi, Caden. My ex-girlfriend who broke up with me and cheated on me keeps contacting me. I want to block her on everything to stop the constant onslaught of messages. I'm very close with some of her family, and I don't want to completely block her because I feel she may create more lies about me. Nothing you can do about it, Caden. I would stick with who you are. You said you want to block her. Block her. You're worried about what someone's going to do. You have no control of that. Here it is, Caden. If somebody knows me, okay, in my life, my girlfriend's family, right, and they want to just believe lies that people tell them about me, I'm not too concerned about what they believe and stuff. I'm just concerned that they don't have my back, that they're easily influenced by their own daughter that's toxic. I haven't talked to her family about it because I want to keep our problems between us. That doesn't make sense. She's going to go tell them, and she is, about your problems. But you're not going to because you want to keep them between you and her. They're not between you and her. I'm just confused about what I should do. It's driving me crazy. Do I tell her family about the constant messaging? Do I block her and risk her creating a whole narrative to try to get them all to hate me? It feels like everything I try to do to set boundaries with her won't work. So let's just do what we have control over. You can contact her family and tell them whatever you want. So start thinking about if you want to do that. Maybe write a letter to them if you do want to contact them. Maybe write it down first. Maybe read it to somebody. And then if you want to block her, then block her. It will protect you. It's probably what you need. So, and that's something you have control over, Katie. You don't have control over her. It's an amazing thing to be able to just throw your hands up and just accept what might happen. That I don't have any control over it, nor do I care. I can't think of a better thing to not care about than somebody's opinion of you. Especially someone's opinion of you that's not in your life. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, what else can you do, Caden? Do you want to kidnap them? Make sure she never talks to them? You know? So, what should you do? What you want. So I'm just going to tell you what you said you want. You should contact, because I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you should do what you want. You should get what you need. You should make yourself feel good. You should stick to what you believe in and value in and try to get what you want. So I'm going to go by with what you want. Contact her family and tell them everything you want them to know. Tell them how disgustingly sick and toxic their daughter is, and please ask them, ask them, you have so much influence over them, over her, can you please get her to stop contacting me? Stop talking bad about me. Because I'm about to contact the lawyer and police. I love you guys. It's been great to know you. Bye. And block the whole damn family. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what you said you want. You said you want this, and I make, like my clients come to me, I need to know what you want, and I make suggestions for that. That's it. You told me what you want, suggestions. There you go. Get this entire family out of your life. Because don't forget, this family created her. The apples don't fall far from the tree. Johnny, we have a 6-year-old daughter, and that I have not been able to see in 5 years. Jeez. I'm living in a hell that I would not wish on anyone. I'm not perfect, but I have never done a single thing to our daughter. I was painted black as her partner. I think you mean by your ex, her mom. Then a few weeks after she left with her, I was painted black as our child's father. I know in my heart I have done all I can. Missed court dates, moving from state to state. If you're not married, it's a whole different story. I know that she's the only person my person with BPD, fiance, has ever loved unconditionally. Radical acceptance and music is the reason I'm alive. I'm so sorry, Johnny. You know, I hope you have some money to at least talk to a lawyer. Contact a lawyer. Contact your state. Oh, geez, what's it called? Your state bar. And ask to talk to a lawyer. It might be like $40. Keep talking to lawyers and know exactly what you can and can't do. On the side, a suggestion, Johnny, is create at least one social media account, like on Facebook, just for her. You and her. And document everything that's happening. Tell her you love her every day. So when she's older, she's 6 now, but she's going to be on the internet soon. Eventually, she's going to see it. Eventually, you're going to tell her. Eventually, she's going to see that for the last 10 years, you've been posting about her and you miss her and you love her, and that her mom won't let you see her. What do you think of that idea, Johnny? I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what that would be like. I don't know. But it must be awful. We have to find more meaning and purpose for ourselves. I hope your daughter's okay. I hope that keeps you living. That she's at least okay. Hi, David Tommy from Ohio. Hi, Tommy. I was with my BPD ex for over 8 years. We have no kids together, but her soon-to-be 9-year-old son was only 3 months old when we started dating. He eventually started calling me dad. Be careful of this, guys. You know, I say take it slow with people. Take it even slower when they have children. She also has a 14-year-old son and 16-year-old daughter. Leaving for the 5th time back in July and staying gone seems to be the best and worst thing that's ever happened to me. So back in July, you left. At one time, things were pretty physical to the point I went and got therapy to control my outbursts and stress that I feel that she was intentionally trying to cause. My question is, will she ever admit fault and take any accountability for a relationship falling apart again? Also, towards the end, she would say that she was a bad person and that if I knew what she has done, that I would hate her. Anybody tells you something like this, leave. Leave. You don't need to know. Just leave. I'm assuming that means she cheated. Well, let's hope so. Right? Hopefully it's not bodies in the backyard. She was so good at trying to get me to see the positive out of our time together. My ruminating has gotten a little better, but it's still rough. Get help, Tommy. Get help, guys. Hire somebody who knows how to help you right away. Right away. What I've struggled for years. I help people in 3 months. All better. 3 months. Took me years. Some people, decades. Some people, never. Lifetime. Get help. Just get help. Just hire somebody. Talk about this. They help you. So, will she ever admit fault? If she doesn't admit fault, let's say no. Right? If someone beats the shit out of you every day and you ask me if I go hang out with them today, you think they'll beat the shit out of me? Probably. Right? If they've never hit you, do I think they're going to beat you up today? Probably not. If she never admits fault, will she? No. No. She said that she was a bad person. At least she knows that. And she's not even a bad person. She feels like a bad person. You're asking me, I don't know if it's what she's done. I say hopefully she cheated. I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm sorry. I hope she didn't cheat on you. But I mean, she's not going to tell you. She's going to say that and not tell you. How long did you stay with somebody that said that to you and didn't tell you? I mean, dude, I'm not going to continue to live with somebody that says, hey, I've done such stuff that's so freaking horrible, you'd leave me in a heartbeat if you knew. But since you don't know, you're going to stay, right? No, I'm out of here. You just said I better leave. I have skeletons in my closet. Well, that's not normal. You have skeletons in your closet. Bye. And why would you tell me that? It's like, hey, I've committed felonies, tons of them, but I won't tell you which ones, so we're okay, right? As long as I don't tell you. Oh, God, it's like, I don't know. It's like sleeping with a psychopath on a bed of hot razors with gasoline all around it and candles and, geez, just waiting. Just tick-tock, tick-tock. What are you going to do? She was so good at trying to get me to see the positive out of our time together. Well, it might have blinded you. I don't really see, the only question is, will she take any accountability? Anybody want to take bets? I bet no. Anybody want to say yes? Let me know. I got money. I got money on it. Mercedes from Maine here. Hello, Mercedes. I've been enjoying your videos and am learning a lot. Good. Thank you for telling me. I wanted to ask you, what are the differences you might see with a person who has only BPD and a person who is comorbid BPD and PD? Good question. I've made videos about this before, but trying to keep it real simple. Let's look at it as diagnostic traits. For each of them, you need 5 out of 9 to have the disorder. 4 out of 9 isn't the disorder. You might have 3 or 4, don't have BPD. Meets the criteria at least 5 in each one. So if someone's comorbid, they have at least 10 diagnostic traits that they have a pervasive pattern of doing. Now, there's 18 altogether. I guarantee you someone comorbid with BPD and PD doesn't just have 5 and 5. I guarantee it. Because as they add more, it intensifies symptoms, makes them more unstable. Make sense? So even if I maybe have done a couple of these traits or had a couple of these traits when I was in my 20s or something, there's not one diagnostic trait that I have or I do ever, let alone pervasive pattern, ever. I don't do any of them, don't feel that way, ever, not one, not once. Imagine 10 to 18. It intensifies. Does that make sense, right? If I also had schizophrenia and anxiety disorder and delusional identity disorder, and then I had severe depression, and then you see it's starting to get pretty bad, isn't it? So 2's worse than 1. And if I am a borderline that doesn't have NPD compared to a borderline who does have NPD, I'm less narcissistic. Narcissism is a spectrum that we're all on. And so if I don't meet the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder, then the borderline isn't so grandiose, maybe not so entitled. Maybe, there's going to be some traits they just don't have. That's it. That's it. A person with BPD, now, these are all spectrums, so I can't necessarily say someone with only BPD is more stable than someone that has NPD and BPD, but probably. Probably. Meaning someone with just BPD, middle of the spectrum, and then you got someone, or even high, and then you got BPD and NPD. The borderline probably might move less. The BPD, NPD might move more, might start and stop jobs a lot, can't keep a job more. They might start and stop relationships more. Might be more abusive, more toxic, might go to the hospital, might go to jail, might be a drug addict, more abusive, more controlling. Definitely. The borderline who also has NPD is way more controlling. way more controlling, way more toxic, way more unstable, way more willing to take their lives. Makes sense? If you have more specific questions, please ask me. Thanks. Rory from Ohio. Hello, Rory. You want to ask me about critical thinking, using the internet especially. You used to be so thirsty for information you were going through. You searched so many books. When you got a cell phone, it opened up a whole new world. I thought that you thought every site you looked up would help you. Yeah, I remember that. Remember that? Was that like 2005? Around there? Remember YouTube in 2006? Sit there and watch Faces of Death and stuff. Now you can't even say a naughty word. You found many narcissists who are quite popular and stopped watching them. Now I'm pretty much only just subscribed to a couple who are a great help. Do you think critical thinking is even now more important because of the times you're in? Oh my gosh. With the abundant sources of information comes, right, with, and I don't even want to say the damn word anymore, but lies, untruths, right? Big time. Just like we can't give people the benefit of the doubt, we can't blindly follow. That's right. I hope you can answer this question for me. Have a good day. Yes, and you can go by, if you're trying to discern information, I think politics is the best example. If you're trying to discern information, my best suggestion to all of you is don't be extreme. Try to stay in the middle. You don't have to declare a party. Parties are for politicians. And you can apply this to most things, religion and things, cultural issues. Let's just not be extreme. Realize that there are people on both spectrums and most of us are in the middle. Try to meet us in the middle. So if I'm hearing this information from a news source and it's causing me to go out and damage Teslas, I may want to check my facts a little more because the majority of the country says that's wrong. Am I sure I'm right? You know, let's not live in an echo chamber. Let's talk to people. The biggest problem in our country, and I've seen it in many other countries, is a divide. We're not allowed to talk to each other. Awful. Awful. The government won. Critical thinking is vitally important, especially now with the information that's out there, the abundance of information that influences us every day, guys. I don't think you understand how much capitalism, which is a great thing, influences your daily life. Buying things, purchasing things, worrying. I haven't watched a commercial in so many years. I pay to not see them. I block things and get rid of things and don't open things to not be influenced. And if I want to form an opinion on something, I have to understand that it's okay to say I don't have an opinion yet because I don't have enough information. Fringe information is not a good idea, especially if you're going to react on it. So critical thinking, vitally important, Rory, vitally important. Thank you for asking. That's it. Kind of short today. That's all, guys. Please thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share us your own experiences, react to other people's questions, give them more information, more answers. Let me know if you don't agree with me. Let me know if you don't understand my answer. Keep asking and support this stuff. I appreciate it if you can. Love yourself first, guys. Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.